This is the look of the face that's probably going to be ruining a lot of your ranked matches because I'm gonna be promoting Teemo again, guys. I love when I make Teemo videos. I get so many comments of people saying, please don't do this. I already get enough trolls in my teams. Now people are gonna try to play Teemo. And listen, I'm gonna teach you how to play Teemo because Teemo changed. Teemo changed. Like, it took me a long time to come up with a Teemo video because I just didn't know how to build him. Like, are you supposed to go Nashor's Tooth? Is Riftmaker good? How about the new Leandris? I just didn't know. So I tested out a lot of things and I tested out new runes and new everything. And let me tell you, Teemo, actually, like, compared to the old Teemo, I would say this Teemo got weaker in the early game, but stronger. Well, it's hard to say. Weaker in the mid game, but stronger in the late game. That's a better way of saying it. So Leandri is weaker early game, but stronger late game. Teemo is actually insane now in the late game, especially with the Riftmaker as well. So let's actually talk about how to build Teemo. And there's timestamps in the description if you want to skip to the gameplay. It is like this, by the way. So first item is going to be a Nashor's Tooth. So Teemo is still the same early game. Second item, however, Riftmaker. This is quite literally the perfect item for Teemo. Why, you would say? It's like really all about this. These corruption stacks, literally all you have to do to stack it up to the true damage is one basic attack. One basic attack. Just hit an enemy once and you're stacking it up and you'll do true damage. Or if an enemy walks into your trap, that also gets all the stacks required. So that is why this is such a good item on Teemo. Just hit the enemy once, literally once. And then after 3 seconds, you're going to be able to do true damage, the 9% bonus true damage, which is actually very, very big. After that, you build a Leandris. Now, this is the moment where Teemo gets a bit of a dip, I would say. And what I mean with dip is like the old Teemo was much stronger during this stage of the game than the new Teemo, because you won't have a lot of ability power at this stage of the game, but you do have a Leandris. So, you know, you still build it because it's better than a Rabadon's Death Cap. But this is where Teemo does become stronger, the Rabadon's Death Cap. Once you finish the Rabadon's Death Cap, and I know it's your 4th item, but it is what it is. This is where Teemo becomes an absolute menace to deal with for the enemies. You are gonna be burning through their HPs because the Leandris is gonna hurt. The Riftmaker gives you true damage, so you go right through the tanks as well. And then last item, you go for a Void Staff. If you need it, you go for the Green Book. For the boots, by the way, you go for Ionic Boots of Lucidity and Stasis. You know, you spam down your ultimates, you become so powerful in the late game. So to compensate for Teemo's weaker early mid game, first of all, Airy, but secondly, Scorch. This is actually a rune that I never build on anyone. Never. And I never built it on Teemo either. Up until I really started to think about it. Like, wait a minute. And I'm going to tell you guys right now why Scorch is actually going to be good, even in the late game. Because Scorch sucks late game, right? But let's say you have random ultimates placed down on the map. Boom, an enemy walks into your ultimate. Boom, Scorch. Scorch applies. So just your ultimate will apply Scorch. So your ultimate is going to do much more damage to that one enemy champion. Also, every time in lane when you poke with your first ability, Scorch. So your playstyle changes. And I'm not saying that Gathering Storm is not you know, good. Gathering Storm is amazing. But like, I feel like you really need the Scorch for the early mid game to get through it and get to the late game. Like, sure, Gathering Storm is even stronger late game, but I really feel like you don't need it. Like, Teemo is already strong enough in the late game. Third rune is situational, you know, whatever you need, like Adaptive Carapace, Hunter Titan, Bone Plating, Nullifying Orb, whatever. And fourth rune is a bit of a controversial one. I like to go for Sweet Tooth, but I also like to go for Mana Flow Band. If I have an easy lane, like a Darius, for example, I'll go for Mana Flow Band, because Mana Flow Band is much better mid and late game, because you are gonna run out of mana. Like, you really don't have any mana. Don't go Hunter Genius, by the way, because you will run out of mana. I really want to repeat that. With this build, you don't go Hunter Genius. Sweet Tooth, so I prefer Sweet Tooth, but you can also go for Mana Flow Band. For your spells, you go for Flash and Ignite. So that is it about the build. Let's now get into the gameplay. Alright, on to the gameplay. So, do I really need to give a disclaimer that Teemo is like, meh? You know, Teemo is really not that good. Maybe I should actually teach you guys when to pick Teemo. I feel like that is a better idea. Okay, yeah, you know what? Let's do that. So, who is Teemo good against? Teemo, let's first talk about the Baron lane. Teemo is good against matchups that he can very easily destroy, which is generally every melee matchup. But Riven, for example, absolutely destroys Teemo. So Darius, Teemo destroys Darius. Sion, Teemo absolutely demolishes Sion because you can dodge out all of his abilities easily. Set, Teemo is also good into set. Other examples of things that Teemo, you don't really want to pick Teemo in, is champions like a Katarina, like Amumu, you know, like these champions that don't rely on their basic attacks. Like Teemo is amazing into these basic attack champions. Master Yi. Teemo destroys Master Yi, like destroys. If you play it correctly, just use your first ability when he goes in, and for 2 whole seconds, he will be useless. It is crazy how strong Teemo can be against those types of champions. So, Teemo, that's the thing with Teemo. Like, Teemo doesn't really mind anything else. Like, if the enemy has a diving composition, you put down traps on your team, and they'll dive right into your traps. I would honestly say ranged champions are pretty good into Teemo. Maybe like Ziggs or something. Like, Ziggs can use his bombs to destroy you. Orianna is also pretty good against Teemo. But if they have a lot of bruisers, you know, especially these melee bruisers, that's where Teemo shines, especially with the build that I gave you in the beginning part of this video. So, you know, as I said, Amumu is annoying, but it's okay. I just need to avoid his engages. But if you look at this enemy, Set, I'm really good against. Sion, I'm really good against. Amumu is going to be annoying, but I can avoid his ultimate. Morgana is also a bit annoying, but then Samira has very low range, so I can harass the hell out of her. This is a good game to pick Teemo, is what I'm trying to say. So early game, because you have a Scorch, this is what you want to do. Use your first ability to just poke the enemy. Very likely you're going to outtrade the enemy. He flashed. I do want to say though, one thing you have to be careful of is minions. I know Teemo can, you know, do a lot of damage early game, but something you should never underestimate is minions. Sion and Amumu are behind, by the way, so I didn't want to back off. I just wanted to kill him. I did actually get the kill, wow. And I'm trying to backport, you know, surprise, surprise, but it's not going to work, unfortunately. It is what it is. What was I saying? Oh, what was I saying? I was talking about something so... Oh, yeah. How to outtrade your enemy in the early game. So, there's a few ways. First of all, avoid minions. Like, minions are gonna outdamage you. It really doesn't... Even if you're against a kill, the minions are probably gonna outdamage your damage. Just the minions alone. Just keep that in mind. Secondly, use your first ability. Like, if the enemy is playing very defensively, don't get into melee range. Get into first ability range, because your first ability has a longer range. You know, don't put yourself in danger by getting into melee range. Just use your first ability. It's okay-ish poke. It's gonna chunk down like 10-15% of their HP, which is definitely okay. But if the enemy overextends, like the Set is doing, basic attack first ability. You see basic attack first ability, that's what you'll do. And hit basic attacks whenever you can, but you can clearly see I am not overstepping my boundaries, which are the minions. We're still early enough in the game where I don't want to be taking minion damage. So I'm just poking it. Like, I probably did like 30-40% HP damage just with that small poke. Yeah, he just took the heal. So look, basic attack first ability. I was in range and I didn't get punished by it. So basic attack first ability. You see? Like, that's what you can do. But now I'm probably just going to use my first ability. Look. If he doesn't get in range, he did get in range. So I use my basic attack. But if he doesn't get in range, I'll just use my first ability. These are essentials with early game Teemo. Like, look here, first ability, run out of the turret. It's worth the turret shot. Why? Because he has a lower amount of HP than me, and my first ability deals more damage. Whenever the enemy is actually much lower than you, it is worth poking them. However, with Set, it is a bit questionable, because Set has passive health regeneration. So that's the thing that you do have to be careful of. You can see, I kind of miscalculated it. I did nearly kill him, but his passive health regeneration kind of allowed him to bully me like that, I guess you could say. I mean, it was not really bullying. I still escaped with nothing, but kinda. Yeah. Ooh, he's gonna ult. Okay. He wouldn't kill me with his ult anyways, because I was invisible. So, it's not gonna kill me. So that's for early game Teemo, right? Like, it's kinda simple. Just don't overstep your boundaries. Don't think you're invincible. Don't think you can destroy the enemy like crazy, because they did nerf Teemo. So early game. They nerfed his early game. They made him lower health. They nerfed everything about his early game. So I just want you guys to keep that in mind. Now let's talk about his third ability. Because, hey, Hells, when do you use his third ability? So the best use in lane is to surprise the enemy, right? Like, your wave is here. I can use my third ability. If Set comes, basic attack, first ability, basic attack, basic attack. Because you get a lot of attack speed. So you'll get away with using a lot of basic attacks. It seems like I'm freezing this lane. Although I don't really like... I was freezing the lane because I thought Set was going to be here. But the second that I saw Set in mid lane is the exact second that I started hard shoving my wave. That's a bit of a fail with my ultimate, by the way, but I'm shoving my wave now because I want to make him lose farm. I want to take turret plates. The enemies are taking dragon. I really don't care because Camille's taking Herald. which I really love about this Camille. She doesn't care about Dragon. She knows the Herald is much better because I am getting turret plates and she's getting Herald, which will result in us getting the mid lane turret as well, which is absolutely amazing. For some reason, she puts it in the Baron lane, the stupid Herald. I don't need Herald in my lane. Like, mid lane would have been so much better. It's a whatever. Like, it's fine, but it would have probably been much better in the mid lane. Enemies don't seem to care. So I'm gonna try to get another charge off it. Like, you can see enemies don't really seem to care too much. So I'm just kind of pushing away the Morgana. So the Herald gets another push, which is actually really, really nice. Now I'm becoming invisible and they can't catch me. This is the beauty of Teemo, guys. Like, enemies can be chasing you and you just become invisible and go to a certain way and you can just stand still. You don't even have to move. Just stand still and you're gonna be invisible forever. They're not gonna find you if you do it correctly. That's another use of the third ability. Especially the changed Teemo, because it used to take 1 second to use your third ability. Now it takes 0.5 seconds. So you're gonna be able to charge it up much more quickly. Here, use third ability if he comes close. Basic attack, first ability, basic. You can see I'm standing still here, but it doesn't feel like he's coming. So I'm just pushing the wave. I'm not gonna wait for ages for him to come. You can wait for ages though. Like, I'm not saying that's a wrong thing to do. I just don't want you guys to misunderstand me. Waiting for ages can be good. Ooh, I do have to be careful here though. I blind him so he can't hit me and he's dead. Exactly. He can't just kill me like that. The blind, the first ability, is just such a disgusting ability. It blocks so many champions off from damaging you. Like, it's just, I just love this ability so much. Teemo is the only champion who has a blind in Wild Rift as of now. So it's just amazing. By the way, guys, make sure you give the video a like and a comment. Oh, wait, I don't want to get emotional. I remember telling you guys to, like, that I really needed your support in the Wild Rift esports video because of stuff that has been going on. And so many of you went to the video and gave it a like and a comment, and like a lot enjoyed it as well. I just didn't expect it. Like, it's crazy, you know. I never really asked for those types of things, but when I did, you guys really got my back. Like, I feel so much warmth in my heart when I see that. It's just, thank you so much, guys. Really, thank you. I'm literally getting goosebumps. Wait, can you see it? Yeah, you can see my hair going up because I'm talking about this. I don't know why, but okay. A little bit of a wholesome moment, but guys, I love you so much. That's so amazing. Like, I can't believe that, you know, we are all random people to each other. Like, I don't know you guys personally. Well, you guys know me. Well, actually, never mind. You guys do know me personally. I don't know a lot of you guys personally. I know you guys as a group. I know, you know, I know a lot of the names in the comments because I do read the comments. But it's not like I know what you do for a living, what you do as a hobby or whatever. But it's just the whole group. Like 99% of the people that watch my video, it feels like a community, we're all together, are all so nice. Are all so nice to each other. So, like, it's so amazing to see that that's what I'm in, right? Like, this is the community I am in with you guys. We're all in this together and everyone is just so nice. There's so little rotten apples that I need to stop talking. This is just too much for me. I need to stop talking. But yeah, again, thank you. It's super nice to have that. Now back to the actual game, because I'm sure a lot of people don't really care about that. All right, so look at what I'm doing here. They put down a control ward, which is one of the worst enemies of Teemo. Make sure you clear out control wards, guys. And if the enemy uses a sweeper, obviously... I got caught. Beautiful ultimate by the Seraphines. She ulted both of them into my trap, and then she killed both of them. Oh my god. Here you can see why Teemo counters Sion, by the way. He's not going to be able to hit his first ability easily on me. He did end up killing me, but you could clearly see in the beginning of that fight why Teemo does work into Sion. The only reason he won that fight is because he had so much more HP than me. What was I talking about? Yeah. So when they use a control ward, clear it. When they use a sweeper, try to pressure them away. Don't let them to just come into your team with a sweeper, because they're going to clear all of your traps. They're going to clear them all and it's useless. So try to push them away. Really try to just, you know, ignite the one that's sweeping him. The one that's sweeping. Use your first ability on the one that is sweeping. Just use all of your resources to get that one person away that has the sweeper, because that can clear out your minefield, which is horrible. You know, you want to create that minefield. You want to make the enemies afraid to even walk close to your team, right? That's the whole point of Teemo in the later stages of the game. I hope you guys realize as well that if you just hit one basic attack, you know, you proc the Rift Maker already. Like, you can clearly see it in this game. all I'm doing is just one basic attack on the enemy, and it procs the Rift Maker instantly. And it maintains the Rift Maker for a long time as well, because, you know, your poison keeps doing damage second over second. So it's just so powerful. At this stage, I really hope my team doesn't fight, because I really want to get this blue buff. Blue buff Teemo is broken. Like, the ability haste and the infinite mana is absolutely crazy, especially in the later stages of the game. So I really want to get this, so I can put down more mushrooms and I can spam my abilities like crazy. So now you can see my team has a... Oh, my team used a sweep, or they didn't clear it out. So I'm gonna put down my traps in some good place. I did get caught! Again, I did get caught, but my team just had a beautiful follow-up to everything. Teemo cannot tank my damage because I have Rift Maker. The true damage of Rift Maker hurts him like crazy. Here I wanted to go Dragon. I felt like we were gonna win this fight easily, but I think I was wrong. So I ended up helping my team. I have Flash in 2 seconds. Samira is like 10% HP. I can pretty much one-shot her. I'm doing this because I know I'm gonna kill Samira here. Yeah, like, look. There you go. Oh! She's still dead, right? There we go. That was a really nice block by her, actually. Set is also quite low. I can try to go killing him. I filled my ward. Ah, the ward is not in the bush. So I can't see him. What is the Camille trying to take my blue buff? My blue buff is running out. And next item is, as I said, is going to be Leandry's. This is, as I said, a bit of a dip. Like, generally, you're not going to be that strong. Like, compared to the old Teemo, you're not going to be as strong as the old Teemo with 3 items now. But it's okay. You know, it's not like you're super weak or anything. It's okay. Your traps still hurt like crazy and everything like that. So it's okay. Actually, a full AP Amumu. With a Rod of Ages? Yeah, with a Rod of Ages. Interesting. So he did take the tankier approach. But the Leandry's is going to start countering that, right? Leandry's counters Sion so hard. The reason Leandry's is also especially good this game, and Teemo as well, because Leandry's does percentage HP damage, and they have so many champions who build HP items, right? So that's why it's super good in this game, especially. Let's take a look what happens here. I'm trying to go on the Morgana. Look at my damage! Oh my god! I just surprised her. She didn't even see me. Like, she was at half HP and she hadn't even seen me. And here you can blind the Sion, of course, and he's not gonna kill you. It's so funny. He tries to go on me. I just shoot my little dart in his eyes and I blind him. Ooh, fun fact, by the way, guys. Some people say that Lee Sin is blind. So when Teemo blinds him, he's not supposed to get blinded, right? You know what actually happens when Teemo blinds Lee Sin, or when Teemo shoots a dart at Lee Sin? The dart actually reveals Lee Sin's sight for 2 seconds. But because he's used to being blind, those 2 seconds are like super overwhelming for him, which doesn't allow him to actually focus and hit the enemy. So that's kind of the story behind Teemo blinding Lee Sin, because Lee Sin is already blind, but yeah, he reveals his sight because of the poison in it, and because of that, you know, Lee Sin is not ready for it. He's still not able to hit the enemies. That's the funny thing about Teemo using his dart or blinding Lee Sin. It's not really a blind. It's kind of quite the opposite with the same effect. Yeah, I'm taking the blue buff again. Because like as I said, blue buff Teemo is probably 2 times as strong as normal Teemo. Just because of the fact that you'll have infinite mana and ability haste. Especially the late game blue buff. He should be dead, right? Boom, 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 boom. He's dead, yeah. I could try to juke him around my trap. I guess another thing Teemo can do. You can juke, or is it called juking? Like, you can bait them into your trap. You can put down a trap on top of yourself. If like a melee champion is chasing you, walk around your trap. He walked into my trap, by the way, the Sion. That's why he died. So you can literally put a trap down and walk around your own trap. So the enemy either cannot catch you, or they have to walk into your trap. So it's a win-win situation, right? Right there, I'm just coming from behind. Like this Samira, like easy. Oh! We had to be a little careful there. She could have killed all 3 of us, so that's why I was a bit cautious with my... with getting too close to her right there. Wait, what is that? Oh, it's fine now. That's fine. Let's see. I'm gonna try to bully the set again. But oh, there he is. Ah, if only I waited for like a second longer, I would have probably killed him. Keep in mind as well, by the way, when you get the Rift Maker, you get a lot of vampirism. You can see right now I'm healing a lot. Like, late game, this is later game Teemo. I almost have my Rabadon's Death Cap. I need 50 more gold. I see them coming, by the way. That's why I'm just putting down traps like this. Ooh, I really want to clear out this control ward. Like, that's the #1 priority always. Never leave down a control ward when you're playing Teemo. I think we win this 100%. Boom. Using my second ability for the movement speed. And I'm just poking them. I mean, look at this. I'm doing so much damage to Sion. Like, he cannot tank my damage because of the true damage. Well, he can. But the Leandris and the true damage is just going to deal so much damage to him that I'm chunking him down. He won't be able to kill me. I can get my Rabadon's Death Cap now. This is, like, Rabadon's Death Cap is really where the game starts to get fun. And I know, like, I know it's a bit annoying that Teemo only truly becomes strong after 4 items now. But that's the nerf to Leandris, unfortunately, guys. Like, it really hurts Teemo. But Riftmaker is good, though. You can see I'm kind of tanking up all of the Morgana pool damage. I don't really care about the Morgana pool damage. I'm just taking the turret. That's all I'm doing. Ooh, this would be a really nice red buff as well. I'm using my third ability here to get the bonus attack speed, by the way. There we go. Rabadon's Death Cap, baby. Now, if I'm sure if Sion walks into a trap, it takes like 30% of his health away. It's crazy how much damage it does. It's really crazy. Like, I'm honestly curious to see. I don't really remember how much it was again, but like the damage that you'll do at this stage of the game is just crazy. Leandris plus a lot of AP is stronger than the old Leandris. But again, it's just unfortunate for Teemo. Because Teemo always slows the enemies, right? With his ultimate. So that's why the old Leandris was just kind of better. Not kinda, was just much, much better. I killed Samira. She walked into a trap. She walked into one of my random traps on the map and she just died. Ah, you gotta love that. Those are the best kills. Ah, he's dead. I mean, basic attack, first ability, basic attack, dead. Ah, he's just dead. Look, like no chance. No chance in the late game. This is late game Teemo right now. Like with this build, late game Teemo is just unbeatable. Like, well, no. He's not. He's not unbeatable. No, don't get that. That's definitely not true. But he's just so powerful. If you play him correctly, you can surprise enemies with your third ability. You'll destroy them. Your ultimate is very good, but he's definitely not unbeatable because he doesn't have range. You know, it's it's a bit of a questionable champion. I'm waiting if she steps just a bit too far, but she didn't. So I got a bit. Sometimes I forget words. My brain doesn't work. Yeah, I forgot the word. Patience. I'm patient. Impatient, not impatient. I got a bit impatient, so I tried to kill her. There we go. I got the word now. It's fine. This is not looking good, by the way. I really want to go back, but like my team keeps fighting, so. Me and Vayne, however, this is win. Yeah, this is winnable. Look, I kill both of them. Actually, Vayne got the kill. Yeah, they don't kill us. Like me and Vayne can 2 versus 5, 100%. Yep, there we go. I mean, look at this damage now. Okay, you guys see what the damage that I'm dealing? Boom. Look at that. We just killed all of them, me and Vayne. And yeah, we just killed all of them and they surrendered. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let's take a look at how much damage I did actually. I'm curious to see how much damage I did. Let's see how much damage. Look at that. 43,000 damage. Huh. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, I will see you all in the next Wild Rift video. Bye-bye.